welcome to Whispers in the Dark. If you enjoy terrifying stories, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know what horror you want to hear next. Now, turn down the lights, take a deep breath, and get ready. Because tonight's tale comes from a quiet trail deep in the wilderness, where the trees can hear your secrets, and something in the dark is calling your name. Some forests are known for their beauty, some for their peace, and some only spoken about in hushed warnings, are known for the things that whisper between the trees after the sun goes down. This is a story about two hikers, Jacob and Elise. They went into the woods looking for a weekend adventure. What they found was a voice that knew them better than they knew themselves. A voice that wanted them to listen. A voice that wanted only one of them to walk back out. This is the forest that whispers names. Part 1. Jacob had always believed nature healed everything. Elise used to joke that he was half forest spirit himself, always happiest when dirt covered his boots and phone signal was zero. She had agreed to go on this weekend hiking trip partly for him, partly for herself. After weeks of stress, disconnected woods seemed perfect. They reached Larkspur Forest around 4:30 p.m. on a cool autumn day. Perfect weather. Fatting orange sunlight scattered between tall trunks. A refrigerated chill in the shadows. They signed in at the wooden trail register. Jacob tightened his pack straps. Elise inhaled the pine-heavy air. "You ready?" she asked. Jacob smiled, always. They stepped onto the trail. The first hour passed beautifully. They laughed, photographed mushrooms, and planned where they'd pitch their tent. The trail wound deeper, darker. Leaves muffled their steps. Birdsong softened. By hour 2, the forest grew strangely quiet. "Is it me?" Elise asked. "Or did everything just stop?" Jacob listened. Probably just the time of day, but he wasn't sure. Something about the silence seemed aware. Intentional. Half an hour later, they heard it. Elise. A soft voice, fragile as breath, calling from deep within the trees. Elise froze. Jacob was that. "Yeah," he whispered. "It said your name." They stared into the woods. Nothing moved. "Elise." A little louder, still distant, still wrong. Elise stepped closer to Jacob. Maybe someone lost. Jacob cupped his hands. "Hey, are you okay?" Call out again. The only answer was the wind. Then the voice floated through the trees, a third time. "Elise, help." Elise's face tightened. "It sounds like a kid." Jacob shook his head. "But how does it know your name?" Elise didn't answer, because she didn't know either. They left the trail. Branches snagged their clothes. Roots snaked under their boots. The forest swallowed them almost instantly. The voice continued to call, sometimes near, sometimes far, always Elise's name. "Elise, here, come closer." Jacob kept muttering, "It's probably someone in trouble." The woods echo, but the way he said it lacked conviction. Elise said nothing. every time the voice spoke. She felt a cold pressure behind her ribs, as if something inside the woods recognized her. Eventually, the voice changed. It whispered a new name. Jacob. Jacob nearly tripped. Okay, great. Now it knows both of us. Then clearer. Jacob, you shouldn't have left him. Elise frowned. Left who? Jacob's face drained. I don't know what it's talking about. The voice laughed, soft, shaking the branches overhead. He called for you. Jacob stopped walking. No, it can't know that. Know what? Elise insisted. Jacob's jaw clenched. When I was little, my brother drowned. I ran for help. I didn't look back. It was an accident. The forest whispered. You lied. Jacob's knees buckled. Okay, Elise whispered, voice trembling. We should go back. Something's wrong. Something in here is. A new whisper interrupted her. Elise, what about your grandmother? The day she fell. Elise's face went white. No. Jacob looked at her sharply. Elise. She fell in the kitchen, she whispered. I froze. I told my parents I didn't hear it. I don't know why. I was scared. But how does it know that? The forest rustled, amused. I hear everything. Then lower. I only need one of you. Jacob grabbed Elise's hand. We're leaving now. They turned back the way they came. Or at least they tried to. Within minutes, they reached a small clearing. Jacob stopped dead. No way. Because they had seen it before. Not once. Twice. Not possible. The same clearing. Same dead, blackened trees. Same crooked fallen log. Elise, Jacob whispered. It's leading us in circles. Elise shook her head, panic rising. No, we walked straight. This doesn't make sense. A branch cracked loudly behind them. They spun. Nothing. No wind. No birds. No person. Only the heavy feeling of something enormous watching them. Jacob swallowed. We run. They did. The forest fought them. Underbrush grabbed at their legs. Branches clawed their jackets. Shadows shifted just out of sight. And the voice followed. Not from behind. Not from ahead. From everywhere. Elise. Jacob. Don't run. Come closer. I only need one. The more they ran, the stronger it grew. Like distance meant nothing. They didn't stop until their lungs burned and sweat froze against their skin. A thin creek appeared ahead, silver water trickling over stones. Elise knelt to drink. Her hands trembled. Jacob scanned the forest. We're not alone. Elise whispered. It knows too much. It knows everything. Then a voice drifted across the creek. Elise. But this time, it mimicked her grandmother's voice. Perfectly. Elise stepped back so fast she slipped. Stop. Jacob shook his head. It's not a person. It can't be. Elise hugged herself. It wants something. Before Jacob could respond, the woods answered. I want one of you. They stumbled away from the creek, frantic now. The forest seemed alive, breathing, pulsing. tightening around them. Then a dim, flickering light appeared ahead between the branches. A lantern. Elise whispered, "Someone's camping." Jacob's voice cracked. "Or something wants us to think that." But they had no choice. They approached. The campsite was abandoned. A torn sleeping bag. Rust on the pot. Ashes in the fire. Ring long cold. "Jacob," Elise said softly. "People have been here before." Jacob knelt and touched the torn fabric. "And they didn't leave." Before Elise could respond, the lantern flame flared violently, as if a gust of air swept through the clearing. "Elise," the forest hissed. "Stay." Jacob didn't wait. "Run." They sprinted into the darkness. The forest roared, a guttural, inhuman sound that vibrated through their bones. "Come back." Branches flung themselves across their path. The ground buckled. The shadows moved like wet ink. "Jacob," Elise cried, "don't let go." "I will." But the forest had decided otherwise. A massive force slammed between them, silent, invisible, like the air itself had punched them apart. Jacob hit the ground hard. His ears rang. His vision blurred. "Elise, Elise." Her scream came from somewhere behind him. "I'm here, Jacob, help." Jacob staggered to his feet. "I'm coming, keep talking." He forced himself through the undergrowth, clawing through vines and branches. "Elise, Elise." But each time he neared her voice, the forest shifted, trees moving, paths closing, the world tilting. Then everything went quiet. Too quiet. "Elise," he whispered. "Please, please answer." No response. Jacob stumbled into a clearing and nearly collapsed. The same clearing. The cursed clearing. The one they kept returning to. But this time, Elise was there, standing in the center, facing away, perfectly still. "Elise," he whispered. She didn't turn. "Elise." He stepped forward, and Elise finally spoke. But the voice was not hers. She came closer, it murmured. She listened. Her head twitched, tilting too far to be human. "Jacob," the voice cooed. "She is mine." Jacob's breath shuddered out of him. "Give her back." "No." The forest rustled violently. "She belongs to me now." Elise's body jerked forward, as if dragged by unseen hands toward the trees. "No." Jacob sprinted and grabbed her around the waist. The ground buckled. The forest screamed, furious. "One of you must stay." Jacob pulled with everything he had. "Elise, fight it." For a split second, Elise's eyes cleared her real eyes. "Jacob," she whispered, "let me go." "No, I will." "You have to," she choked. "It wants me, not you." The voice, wickedly pleased, whispered. "Correct." Elise sobbed. "Run, Jacob, run." And then something yanked her so hard she slipped from his arms. "Elise." She was dragged backward into the trees. Her scream cut through the forest, and then was swallowed whole. Jacob plunged after her, but branches slammed together like jaws, blocking his path. "Elise, Elise." Only one whisper answered. She's mine now. Jacob ran blindly, bruised, bleeding, sobbing her name. But the forest didn't chase him. It didn't need to. It had gotten what it wanted. By some miracle, he found the main trail, stumbling out with torn clothing, mud-caked hands, and panic-widened eyes. He ran until he burst out of the forest, entirely, sunrise just breaking through the clouds. He screamed for help. Park rangers searched for 3 days. They found Elise's backpack, her water bottle, her scarf caught on a branch, but no footprints, no body, no signs of an animal attack, no trace of a person. It was as if the woods simply absorbed her. Jacob told them everything, every whisper, every impossible shifting path, every secret the forest spoke aloud. They did not believe him, but they never found Elise. And Jacob never hiked again. Sometimes, when he dreams, he hears her voice far away, fading through the rustle of leaves. Jacob, come closer. He always wakes up screaming, but the forest remains patient because it remembers, and it whispers, and it waits. Thank you for listening to The Forest That Whispers Names. If this story chilled you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves long, atmospheric horror. Stay tuned for part 2 that will be coming out this Friday. And if you ever hear your name coming softly from deep in the woods, don't follow it, because the forest only needs one. Sleep well, if you can.